Oh, this looks like Shrek.
Visual hint.
Oh yeah! Smell that.
That's earthy.
Cheers. What's up, everybody? My name is Jacob Restituto. Welcome back to another episode of Drinking with Jacob. We have a really interesting guest today. He's going to be talking and answering some questions about a really popular topic at the moment. What's up, man? Pick a number 1 through 4.
Let's go with 3.
So you're going to smell it and then take a sip.
Maybe a little fizz in there.
Is it a cup?
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
What do you think?
It smells a little like bitter.
Oh, this is good.
Is this some kind of like fruit soda? Okay.
It is kombucha.
Oh, kombucha.
Uh-huh. Sparkling fermented tea.
Nice. A little like health boost for the day too.
Exactly. So how about you introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Nick Nogan. I cultivate CBD flower. It's a pretty hot topic nowadays. I'd say like the market's definitely trending up. In 2022, I think they're predicting it to be like a $22 billion industry.
They're popping up everywhere. It's a really hot topic right now, and I think there's a lot of unknowns about it. You know, like, for example, is it weed? Is it not weed? Is it hemp? Is it not hemp? CBD, THC. I'm hoping that you can answer a lot of those questions. Let's talk about the process of it. What CBD is, where it comes from.
THC, CBD, hemp, marijuana, what's what. When you're talking about THC and CBD, you're talking about cannabis oil as well as tetrahydrocannabinol oil.
Cannabis oil.
Dial.
Cannabidiol.
It's the compound name. When we're talking about THC and CBD, they're two different cannabinoids. There are roughly 122 discovered cannabinoids.
What's a cannabinoid?
So a cannabinoid, it's a type of plant compound produced in cannabis plants and some other plants, echinacea.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, which has medicinal values.
Sure,
also
absolutely.
CBD.
Echinacea produces CBD.
Yeah, it does.
Wow,
Not
that's
in the
really
same
interesting.
levels,
I take echinacea every single day. I'll take my Claritin for allergies, and I'll take an echinacea because
Nice.
it's an immune booster.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
About 60 of these cannabinoids are active, and they have kind of varying effects. THC and CBD are the most known ones and the most talked about, the most potent ones, definitely. However, the difference between hemp and marijuana is mainly, well, pretty much solely that hemp plants will not produce more than a 0.3% threshold of THC.
Okay.
And they produce mostly CBD.
Now, THC, though, is the active ingredient that makes you high in marijuana, correct?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
So, how do you get hemp from marijuana? Like, are they the same product? Is it a different product?
They smell the same. They look the same when you grow them. Two completely different plants, but the two plants that look exactly the same. It's tricky, right? It's actually a subspecies. Cannabis sativa, kind of like the main hereditary for marijuana. Cannabis sativa lineus is a subspecies for hemp.
Time out, let's go to drink number 2.
Okay.
It's actually pretty good.
You know they make CBD kombucha.
And pick a number.
I'll go with 2.
Alright. We got some floaters in there.
Let me know if anything gets stuck in my teeth.
Well, here's your glass. Cheers.
Cheers. Most sweeter than the last one.
Okay.
I'll go.
You gotta has a slightly slimy consistency. An aloe vera drink with wheatgrass.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so let's continue that conversation. So, you really seem to know your stuff about the whole industry. It's way more complex than I just thought. What is CBD use? What's the purpose of it? What's the medicinal value? It doesn't get you high, correct?
It doesn't get you high. Great medicinal benefits. Most commonly used for, I would say, are its anti-inflammatory properties. It works really like, they call them NSAIDs. It's like ibuprofen. You experience pain in these neurons called your C neurons, which are the most superficial of your nerve system. From this, it triggers a response, your blood starts rushing, albumin, things like that, things that cause swelling, pain, tightness, soreness. So what CBD actually does is it inhibits the response of these C neurons.
Similar to ibuprofen.
Exactly, yeah, similar to ibuprofen. But, derived from a plant.
I really appreciate you taking the time to explain that. You ready to go to number 3 drink?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm picking 1.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know how you pronounce this. There you go.
Thank you.
You have any guess?
If you can't pronounce it, I'm not getting this one.
Yerba mate? Yerba mate? Alright, so let's go into the part of the show, the joke part, the fun part. We're gonna do 2 truths and a lie. The person that gets the most right of the other person's wins Amazon gift card.
Okay, so for CBD, growing, cultivating what I do, there's over 40 countries doing it now. In 2019, it has just become legal in the US. There is a CBD Coca-Cola.
Wow. I don't know, I feel like the second one's a lie, but you said 20 countries before, and then you said 40 just now. I'm gonna say A, the first one. Is that a lie?
It's not actually.
Oh.
There's over 40. It's actually the CBD Coca-Cola.
Oh, I believe that.
They were gonna do it.
I can recite the entire Fresh Prince of Bel-Air rap. The band The Fray, you remember them?
Yeah.
So that is my favorite band ever. Or I used to be the biggest Lil Wayne fan.
I'm questioning if you still are the biggest Lil Wayne fan. Or two.
The Fray is my favorite band all time ever.
Oh.
I cannot recite the entire Fresh Prince.
Jay Leno has a car made of hemp. George Washington used to grow hemp in his backyard. 2018, Aubrey Plaza wore a hemp dress to the VMAs.
Oh, man.
I give these a little thought.
I appreciate it.
I want that gift card.
Jay Leno does not have a hemp car.
He actually does.
Which was the lie?
Aubrey Plaza, actress in Parks and Rec, love her to death, did not wear a hemp dress.
Alright. So George Washington grew hemp.
He did.
What did he do with it?
They would use it for fiber, clothing, for paper, textiles, even like currency back in the day. The Declaration of Independence is written on hemp paper.
Are you serious?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, so hold on. We have to clarify. So it's not that hemp and marijuana like came from each other and you crossbred marijuana to get hemp. They both came from that main plant, but you crossbred hemp to get more levels of CBD in it.
Correct, yeah. So...
Oh, I see. Okay, I misunderstood you the first time. I thought you said that like marijuana was around and then they crossbred the higher levels of CBD marijuana to get hemp. But you were saying hemp was already around, it's been around for hundreds of years, but they just took the lower level THCs and higher level CBD hemps and crossbred those to get more and more high CBD level hemp.
Exactly, yeah.
I see. So it's a completely different plant.
Yeah, exactly. It's genetically structured only to grow these levels, but it's all from the same ancestral plant.
I see. Alright, number 2, you ready? I only have 3 credits left to get my college degree in music. I went to Queens College, or I had a Taiwanese roommate teach me Chinese.
I know you went to Queens College.
Okay, so that's
pretty
true.
far. I mean, I gotta go with the Taiwanese.
Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. That is a true statement.
School systems overrated. It really is.
This is an interesting point that you actually didn't mention. Part of the reason you know all this is you have a biology degree, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
So we have a tie. You know how we break ties in this show?
I don't.
The old-fashioned game of rock, paper, scissors.
Easy enough.
Easy enough. All right, ready?
All right.
Best 1 out of 1.
What color's your shirt?
Gray.
All right, cool. It's a little trick I picked up.
Oh yeah? Psyching me out right now. Rock, paper, scissors, and shoot. What? Alright, you won. What's that trick?
I don't know. The guy who taught me, who won, asked me the color of my shirt and threw scissors every time.
Alright.
Alright.
You heard it here first.
I wouldn't bet anything valuable on it.
Ready for drink number 4?
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, let's go. Oh, this looks like Shrek.
Visual hint.
Oh yeah! Smell that.
That's earthy.
Cheers. It does smell like cold pea soup. It's my green tea matcha.
I don't like a thick tea.
What would the effects, if any, be of taking CBD every day?
I would say if you're planning on taking CBD every day, I would consult a doctor first. You know,
cover your butt on that answer.
No, it's also it's expensive, you know, and it's not always necessary for an everyday kind of thing.
When would you say, hey, actually, you should try this? What symptoms, what signs?
Someone who's experiencing chronic pain.
Just when they feel the pain?
When you feel an intense pain, you know, the only downside to taking it every day is also develop a tolerance. It'll be less effective over time.
Interesting. It's all happening at the same time that marijuana is becoming legal, or at least a medical marijuana. I actually can't even keep up with it. I don't know what's legal in New York. I don't know if it's medical marijuana. I don't know if it's recreational. I don't know. So much news. CBD and hemp to come and become available. You know, it kind of just gets swept up into this whole medical marijuana thing. This is what I'm learning from you. You wouldn't take it as a drug to get you high. You take it almost like you take a Tylenol, you take an echinacea.
I think you hit the nail on the head, that they're two very different things.
There's a lot of debate, a lot of debate of whether or not marijuana is actually addictive or not. Is hemp addictive?
There's 2 types of addiction, psychological and there's physiological. These are dependencies. Heroin, for instance, is a physiological dependent because you're actually flooding your receptors for dopamine to these crazy levels that wouldn't be achieved without it. Your body becomes dependent on it. Now, THC, it can be psychologically.
Oh, so THC is the addictive part in marijuana?
Yeah, THC
okay.
can be addictive, meaning that a user can get really swept up in like the feeling of being high and smoke for long periods of time. CBD, however, like doesn't have a psychological effect.
Cool, man. I really appreciate all this insight. It answered a lot of my questions, so I appreciate you being on the show.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks for drinking with Jacob.